Hello, my name is Sonia Ross. I'm a spiritual psychotherapist, an intuitive messenger, and an author. And today's video is a follow-up to the one I did in April about healing the father wound. And I talked about the energy of the eclipse and how to set the intention to use that powerful energy of the eclipse, the solar eclipse. I think it was April 8th. I think that was right. It's correct, April 8th, to begin to work on this deep wound that many of us have within us related to masculine energy, relationships with our fathers, males in our life, and also our own internal masculine energy. And so Father's Day was a few days ago. I didn't post a video about that. I didn't post this video then because I just kind of wanted to be more broad and expansive, just a continuation and a follow-up on that previous conversation in April. And, I asked Spirit, would today be a good time? And Spirit was like, yes. So we're just going to continue the journey of working on that energy of healing the masculine energy, our rift with the masculine energy in our life in whatever form it shows up, and healing that energy within us. Okay, so we're going to begin. Let me say the invocation. Spirit, please bring through the most loving, kind, and wisdom-filled messages for personal transformation and healing in all those who hear this message. Please let it go straight to their heart chakra and break apart any residual energy that is stuck, stagnant, or stale around their relationship with their own biological fathers, male figures, masculine energy in general, universally, and within themselves. And so it is. So we're going to begin. I'm using the Sacred She Tarot deck. That's the one I used in the last one. And I'm also going to be using, well, that didn't go well. I'm also going to be using the new deck by Kyle Gray, the 22 Archangel Oracle. And so I have blessed and cleansed that one. And so at the end, we will receive a message from the archangels. And earlier when I was praying, I asked Archangel Raphael, Archangel Metatron, and a new angel I'm working with, Kaliel, to come forward and be with us, to stand in my energy field for the day, support me throughout the day. So they are here supporting us in this message as well. And so I will put a link to both decks in the description box below. Okay, Spirit. 5 cards, guidance for healing and transformation as it pertains to the fatherland. 5 cards, Spirit. Speak to us about the places within ourselves that need to be healed, liberated, Spirit is saying, liberated from entrenched beliefs, stagnation, fear. The Spirit is also telling me to get my interactive card deck. That's my deck of working with the parts of ourselves that are hidden from our awareness. So I'll get that in a minute. Spirit. So as you're listening to this message, if you're feeling activated by this topic, or you just want to tune in, just go ahead and take a few nice long inhales and exhales with me. Just listen to the sound of my voice, relax. Spirit, speak to us. We know you're here. With your love and your guidance, and your generosity and your patience. So when I begin, the message is 5 cards, and I'm going to get the interactive deck before I flip the cards over. Again, I'm using the Sacred She Tarot deck. This is based on the Rider-Waite, but it's very different. All the figures are predominantly women. Okay. So I'll do this first. Okay. Check if I have the right cards for everyone. This message today, Spirit, Angels. Do I have the correct cards for this reading? Do I have the correct cards? Yep. I got the affirmative. Okay, so the first card we're getting, look at this. Spirit is always tuned in. I chose to use a new background today. I like it. I think it looks pretty. And also I was in a healing class yesterday, and Archangel Raphael put a garland of white roses around my neck and around my head. So it reminds me of that. I like this. It's pretty. So we have new beginnings. So this is basically what we would call the Fool card in the Rider-Waite Tarot. And so Spirit is saying this is an opportunity to begin again. If there's any of us who are feeling stuck, who are feeling stagnant, who are feeling that there's some entrenched wounds, Spirit is bringing forth the word entrenched. If there's any entrenched wounds or wounding within us, Spirit is saying that we can soar like the phoenix and we can rise again and we can have a new beginning. Not to give up hope, not to lose sight of what's happening in your life. A new beginning is possible for all of us. And Spirit is also bringing up, and I'm going to be very sensitive here because of people's human emotions, but also YouTube. If people have experienced any type of SA at the hands of males, Spirit is saying this wound too can be healed. That this also is a wound that can be healed. That whatever we're suffering from, we're dealing with, whatever trauma we've experienced, Spirit is saying that a new beginning is possible in all things, and especially all things related to any adversity or difficulties we've received around the masculine energy. Okay. Next card we have is balancing. Okay, so already we have two major arcana. So Spirit is bringing through the power of this message, the power of the message of, the power of the message of new beginnings and balance. This is basically, I can't remember which card this is. It doesn't matter. Anyway, balance. Is it the, my mind is blank. I went through a healing session over the weekend. I was in a 4-day healing class. My mind is like completely blank. I can't even form words right anymore. So I'm going to say it's about balance. It's about finding the balance between our light and our shadow, in our yin and our yang. Okay. So, and it's between our masculine and feminine energies. Okay. So you see here, we have, and actually this message, this is actually reminding me of Archangel Metatron, because when I see him in my mind, his wings are huge, but they're also like rainbow colored. And so this is reminding me of Archangel Metatron. So Archangel Metatron is letting me know he's here to support us in this work. And this is about balancing the masculine and the feminine. This is about balancing the masculine and the feminine. And, you know, especially if you're in a female body, some of our energies are out of balance because we've had to take on more masculine roles to defend ourselves, to be providers for various reasons, you know, be heads of household, various reasons. We've had to step, you know, strongly into our masculine energy. And then also, we also have had difficulties with masculine energy, you know, how that masculine energy in us is perceived and how we deal with masculine energy that may be external to us. And so Spirit is bringing in about balance. We're going to need balance. And, you know, we're going to need a new beginning can be formed. And part of that new beginning is finding ourselves and finding the balance, and understand that we can be, Spirit is saying, light as a feather. Spirit says this to me often, and we can be light as a feather. We can be connected to all of our chakras, and we can be balanced between our light and our shadow. We can be balanced in our light and our shadow. Okay. The next card is Heartbreak. You see how Spirit is always listening? Thank you, Spirit. So at the center of it, Spirit is talking about the heartbreak we've all experienced pertaining to the masculine energy. And you see here, the heartbreak, it's like, this is basically the 3 of Swords in the Rider-Waite. So it's raining down swords, and lightning is going through the heart, and the lightning is breaking up the heart. And so Spirit is saying, Spirit is acknowledging the heartbreak, the pain, the trauma, the adversity, the difficulty. Again, Spirit is saying the entrenched energy, and also with this the three heartbreak card, which is like the Three of Swords, the entrenched energy in our thinking related to our past difficulty. Spirit is acknowledging the entrenched difficulty in our thinking with our past difficulty. And then we have, transitioning. So again, this is the Death card and the Rider-Waite card. And so what it is, and I think, this card actually may have come up when I did the reading for the eclipse as well. So the Father, and I'll attach the I'll attach the solar eclipse reading about healing the father wound. I'll attach that as well. And so this is about transformation, right? And so you see the little baby here, and basically she looks so sweet, or they look so sweet. Look how, and I feel like they have like little roses around them. And it's also showing how, we're all constantly in a cycle of transformation. We're constantly in a cycle of transformation, a cycle of love, Spirit is saying, in rebirth, and that we are constantly changing. We're not just this way once. And so for some of us, those of us who've had these breaches and the ruptures, Spirit is saying, with masculine energy, Spirit is saying, don't feel like your innocence was lost. Your innocence is always there. Your innocence is always available to you. And that don't think that this baby, this innocent, sweet baby, is kind of a part of yourself that you've had to deny or disavow or anything like that. Spirit is saying, this sweet part of us, this innocent part of us, is always existed, and it is always at hand, and it's never lost due to trauma, pain, difficulty, entrenched dysfunction, whatever the case may be. You always have access to this little being, this little frequency, this frequency of joy and innocence and sweetness and love, and that we are always going through a process of transformation. We're always going through a process of transformation. And what Spirit is saying here, as you see, it's the infinity symbol, right? You see this card is the infinity symbol. And so we're always dying to ourselves and being born anew. So think about how we have the new beginning, and then now we have the card of death and transformation. So this is a time to welcome the transformation, welcome the death of old ideas, old traumas, entrenched belief systems about what is possible for us when it comes to our healing and our wholeness. Spirit is saying anything is possible as long as you open yourself up to the possibility. And then the next card we have is, beautiful, beautiful, self-expression. And so this is so wonderful. So self-expression. So Spirit is saying with this card, as we go through these processes, we will begin to be able to express ourselves. A lot of times when we have this entrenched energy, this entrenched pain, we are like, it blocks us. And, this card is the equivalent of the Two of Wands in the Rider-Waite. And that's usually looking outward for new opportunities. But this is different. This is about, wands have to do with fire, and wands have to do with inspiration. And so this is, Spirit is saying, this is an opportunity to express yourself, to reclaim your voice from previous traumas and pain, no matter how deep they are, no matter how prolonged they are, or how long in your lifespan. So if your human age is 60, but you're still grappling with certain things that happened in your childhood that had to do with violations, you understand what I mean? Physical violations, other types of violations. Spirit is saying it's never too late to reach back to those tender parts of yourself, to love them into wholeness, to shower them with the joy that they never got to receive at that moment. You can bring them forward and they can experience it now. And you get to express yourself. You can get to express whatever your truth is. It doesn't matter how old you are in physical in earth years, 60, 73, whatever. You get to express yourself, your pain, your heartache, your joy, the fact that you've overcome things, the fact that you had experiences and you've gained wisdom. Spirit is saying, don't stifle your voice, because your voice is part of the healing process. Okay. This is really, really beautiful. Really, really beautiful. Okay. So, going to receive guidance now. If I should go into the psychic space, or should I, pull the interactive cards? Okay. Spirit is saying I need to pull 3 interactive cards. So for those of you who are new, I do weekly Metatron readings. And with the Metatron readings, I always ask Archangel Metatron for the things within us that are hidden or in our shadows, the things that are not in our awareness. So I'm going to do that here. These are cards that are kind of like psychotherapy cards. And I've been guided to pull 3 cards. So Spirit, please tell us, show us, speak to us, share with us in 3 cards what is outside of our emotional awareness, what is outside of our conscious awareness, what are we missing? Please share what is outside of our conscious awareness that we're missing. Please share 3 cards. Okay. Let me shuffle them. So yeah, this is really beautiful. Really, really beautiful. So remember, we have new beginnings, 0. We have balance, 11. Heartbreak, 3. Transitioning, 13. And self-expression, another 11. Oh, I misspoke. This is not the 2 of Wands. My bad. This is self-expression. This is, this would be like the page. This would be like the page of Wands. It's like finding your voice. So as we go through this healing process, we're finding our voice. We're finding our voice. We're reclaiming our voice from inner division, Spirit is saying. And that would make sense with the balancing card here for the masculine and feminine energy. Okay. 3 cards, Spirit. 3 cards. Okay, so everybody who's made it this far in the video, just continue to breathe and listen. And also, I would encourage you to take some notes, go back and listen to this, take some notes and see how your angels and your guides and your, well and wise ancestors speak to you through the message that I'm giving today. See how they speak to you. 3 cards, Spirit. 3 cards. What is missing that needs to be brought into our conscious awareness regarding healing with the masculine energy? Okay, jokey. That here. Confirm that I have the best cards for everyone. Spirit. Affirmative. Okay, the first card we have, another card with a rainbow, and another card of a masculine energy speaking to children. I love it how when you use cards, Spirit is always tuning in. So see here how Spirit is saying, look at this male figure. I guess this is supposed to be maybe like a Christ archetype. And so he's speaking with the children. He has the dove of peace around him. And so it's saying, number 1, we of course can call on the energy of Christ consciousness. Christ consciousness does not just have to do with Jesus. It is a energetic grid that is around our planet for our healing. But we can tap into the Christ consciousness. We can call on the energy of the archetype of Jesus, if that's something you connect to, as a wise being who was a male, who had just love, with words of wisdom and love and compassion. Has nothing to do with being a Christian or anything like that. It has to do with calling on the energy of this archetype and knowing that it's here it can be a representation of us. a representation of what's possible for us. Okay, so yes, I asked for what's missing. And so Spirit is saying what is missing outside of our conscious awareness is that we can call on this archetype. We can call on this energy frequency, that an energy frequency of a loving, kind, compassionate person in a male body who is gentle with children, who is loving, who is kind, who is awake, who has the dove of peace with them. So there are energetic and angelic frequencies that we can have access to that have the ability to send us, have the ability to transport us into the frequency of love with a masculine energy. Okay. The next card we have is, guys, I'm going to keep talking about how wonderful Spirit is. Look at this. So this is a bear energy, right? And so what is the bear energy? The bear energy is about protection. Okay. Knowing that we can call, what is missing from our awareness is that we can call on that protective energy. Again, this can be we can call on protective energies. It can be the Christ energy of protection. It can be the bear energy. If you want to use an animal totem, and you can call on the energy of a mother bear protecting her cubs, because you see here, the bear is looking out and her cubs are behind her and she's protecting them with fierceness. And so if there's any part of you who wished that it had been more protected, maybe by a mother energy, an archetype of a mother in your life, may that be whomever that would be. Maybe there was a female energy in your life who did not protect you. Spirit is saying you can call on the mother energy to protect you. It can be this bear totem. It can be your angels. It can be your spirit guides. And also it can be Mother Gaia. And it's wonderful that as we're doing this, Spirit is bringing forth such loving energies of nourishment for all of us. Okay. And so this is interesting. So this is an odd little card in the deck, right? And so I guess this is supposed to be Joe. So I don't know who Joe is, but I'm being funny. So this is kind of like a being who is kind of feeling separate, or has chosen to separate themselves from the energies of enjoyment and having fun. So for whatever reason in your life, if you've chosen to separate yourself from people, not include yourself in situations that could have been joyful or opportunities for connection, Spirit is asking you to look at the places in your life where you've maybe separated yourself out of the opportunities to gather and be in connection with others because of your wounds. Okay. So now we're going to go to the higher realms and ask Spirit. Okay. Spirit, what do you have to say about new beginnings? So Spirit is saying that new beginnings are possible for all of us. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter if you're 73 or 60, or Spirit is saying 99 or 100. New beginnings are possible with every breath. New beginnings, new possibilities, new openings, new channels of communication. And Spirit is showing me like new channels of communication within ourselves. Like Spirit is showing me blood vessels and saying like, and also rivers, because, the rivers that we have on earth kind of are symbolic and are very connected to our own inner blood vessels, right? How things flow through us. And so Spirit is saying if there's anything that's ever felt dammed up, or you feel like it's dried and it's crusted over, or maybe it's like atrophied, or Spirit is saying no. Spirit is saying water can flow through it again. Emotion can flow through it again. It can be revitalized. And that new beginnings are times of revitalization, Spirit is saying. New beginnings are times of revitalization. And Spirit is saying to call on the new beginning so you can be revitalized. What do you want to say about balance, Spirit? Card number 11. Spirit is saying being in the human body is a balancing act. yes, we have to balance the masculine and the feminine energy, but we also have to balance our earthly and our spiritual energy. And so Spirit is saying that being in the physical body is a balancing act. It's a very, Spirit is saying it's a very peculiar and precise walk that we do when we choose to incarnate into Earth. But Spirit is reassuring us it's not just an experience of disharmony and division, that it can be an experience of harmony and joy once we find our balance, once we find our balance between the masculine and the feminine energies, regardless of your sexuality or gender identity. If we find our balance between the masculine and feminine energies in our relationships with other people, between the heaven and the earth, the heaven and the earth. It's all about finding our inner balance. It's about finding our inner balance moment to moment and day by day. So we're just saying it's about finding our balance with each breath and with each choice. So we're just saying it's about finding our balance with each breath and each choice. And Spirit is saying it doesn't matter how long we've been out of balance, balance is still possible. Call on your archangels, call on your angels, call on your spirit guides, and your well and wise ancestors. Ask them to come forward with the wisdom that they have learned through being human. What do you have to say about the heartbreak, Spirit? So interesting. So Spirit is saying with this card, for us to stop slicing ourselves up, stop slicing our hearts into pieces, stop slicing our hearts into pieces. Yeah, Spirit is saying to stop cutting ourselves up. Also, like if we grew up in homes that had a lot of division, Spirit is saying, again, it's time to knit ourselves back into wholeness and to let go of the heartbreak. And also the heartbreak and the slicing up that we're holding in our thinking. We're divided in our thoughts. We're divided in balancing ourselves. We're divided in thinking what's possible. And unless we come into a place of wholeness and truth, we will always feel divided. What would you like to say about 13, transitioning? So we're just saying that journey on this earth is a time of transition, and it's a time of deep, deep transition. It's a dance. It's a dance. Okay, I was going to say something else, but saying it's a dance of transition. It's a dance of transition of knowing what's loving and what's unloving. And if we started out our journey on this earth in unloving environments, Spirit is saying that we can find that balance again, that balance to transition to a place where we are in harmony and balance with ourselves and are in a balanced, loving space within ourselves. What else would you like to say about balance and love? Balance and love is the root of the spiritual journey. It is one of the roots of the spiritual journey, balance and love. And that we can access this balance and love. Spirit is just what keeps on reiterating this message. We can access this balance and love at all times. It is never away from us. It is never outside of our awareness. Even if we're feeling very chaotic inside, we can balance our nervous system to bring ourselves into a state of calmness so that we can connect, even if it's just for 5 minutes a day, with the natural state that exists within us. And Spirit is saying about the 11, the self-expression. Spirit is saying self-expression is another key to our unfoldment, using our voice, allowing ourselves to express ourselves. I'm just saying voice, but it's in other ways. Humming, singing, dancing, painting, writing, poetry, rap. Spirit is saying rap is an extension of poetry. Chanting, meditating, whatever it is that you call your soul your interest calls you towards, explore it, because it's a way for you to connect with your self-expression and finding that youthful, vibrant voice that has always been within you, but that may have been suppressed. Healing the rift with masculine energy is a journey that many of us will walk in this lifetime, especially with everything that's going on with the planet and the rise of the feminine energy. And for the feminine energy to rise, there's a lot of healing that has to be done with masculine energy. For feminine energy to rise, there has to be a lot of healing with the masculine energy. In order to make space for us, because a lot of women listen to this video, in order to make space within our own energy bodies, for our true divine feminine to come forward, we have to heal and balance our own inner divisions with masculine energy. So Spirit is saying, express yourself, embrace yourself. The vibrancy of this card, Spirit is saying, is what lives within you as well. The vibrancy of this card, 11, self-expression, is what lives within you as well. Spirit is saying, this is us. Inside of us, we have a cornucopia of untapped resources and potentials to transform our lives. And so, Spirit, this is a beautiful card. Just tuning into the colors here. This itself, of course, looks like a painting. It's beautiful. And Spirit is saying, interesting. It's like a hand is coming out of the clouds. And so Spirit is saying to tap into this inner state, this inner beauty, this inner dynamism, this inner dynamic energy within us for our wholeness, healing, and transformation. Spirit, what would you like to say about this card here? This archetype. Spirit is saying the Christ archetype exists within all of us. The Christ archetype exists within all of us. And so this, again, is not anything that's external to us. This is something that we can call on our own for our own healing and transformation. Know that it's nothing. Spirit is saying nothing in these cards that has to do with hope and healing is external to you. These are all frequencies, these are all vibrations, and these are things that we can tap into. These are things within ourselves that we can tap into in every color and every shade and every sound. It can all be used. So Spirit is saying the Christ frequency is within us. We just have to attune ourselves to its vibration and tap into it. And Spirit is saying the Mother Bear energy is also available to us. But since this is more of an earth energy, if we want to ground ourselves, connect with a Mother Gaia in meditation, call on her energy in meditation. I call on her energy in meditation all the time, daily, actually. If we want to be outside, put our hands or our feet in the dirt, the grass, the trees, and know that we can wrap ourselves in the energy of the protective mother in Mother Earth to feel reassured if that is part of the wound. Like maybe we never had a reliable female presence to step forward and say that I'm going to keep you safe. But call on that. Call on the bear totem. Call on the bear totem and also the energy of Mother Earth. What is he saying in this card? Okay, it's funny. We're talking about female energy and he has mom on his tattoo. So Spirit, what do you have to say about this card tell me how you want me to interpret this card. A lot of times Spirit is saying that when we have difficulty in our lives, it doesn't feel safe to be around other people. It doesn't feel safe to be around other people. So Spirit is acknowledging that and saying, please don't separate yourself from opportunities to have connection, joy, and celebration. So become aware. Spirit is saying, be aware. Are there places and spaces within your own energy body where you have chosen to separate yourself or kind of be like on the outside looking in? You see other people and you feel like you can't join. You feel like maybe unworthy, you don't feel good enough, or maybe you just feel a disconnect. Because a lot of times when we have these type of inner issues, we do feel separate and disconnected. Because you're like, oh, everybody else seems so happy. What's wrong with me? But no, they're not really as happy as they seem. They just do better. Their system is just built differently, and they can compartmentalize in different ways. And sometimes the partying is part of the compartmentalizing, as I'm sure you're all probably aware. Yeah. Anything else you want to say about that? Yeah, the separation you hold from others is the separation you hold from yourself, and that's part of the wound, Spirit is saying. Okay. Is there anything else? Okay, so now we're gonna begin to conclude, and we're going to go and ask the oracle, the 22 oracle, the 22 oracles. I've said this 5 times. I apologize. The 22 archangel oracles. Okay. Spirit, 1 card, please, or as many cards as you feel is necessary. An angel to work with for this time, an angel to step into. There are energy fields to support us as on our path of healing. Okay, she came up. Okay. Mm. Okay, so 2 came out. Let me just confirm. Do we have the right cards? Spirit, do we have the right cards for the angel messages? Yep. Okay, affirmative. Okay, so we have 2. We have charity, pillar of service. Serve with a gracious heart and know God is serving you. So we can call on Archangel Charity. We can call on Archangel Charity during this time. We can call on Archangel Charity. The other one is Orion. Manifestation vortex. Focus your energy with unwavering faith to manifest the outcome you require. Beautiful. Let's see what Kyle has to say here. Okay. Okay, so we're going to start with charity. This card brings the message that good things happen to good people. If you're feeling stuck or unsure, angels are inviting you to direct your energy towards service and reminding you that when you give, the universe, God, the universe always gives back. Be there for others. Be there for the mission you feel called to carry out. Be there for those you love deeply, and you can experience love, connection, and support in return. It is important to be authentic in your giving and your service, though. Don't give with the expectation of don't give with the expectation of getting the same energy back. Give in the knowledge that generosity is always paving the way for golden opportunities. There is a divine law of compensation unfolding in your life currently, and all of your previous commitments and acts of service are creating opportunities for abundance and joy. Give, and God will give to you. Okay. So what I'm going to say is a little bit different than what the card said. I think charity came up kind of like the way the bear energy came up, and that there is the message that's on the card, but I'm also getting that for us in this reading, this again is about calling in the energy of a female figure, a feminine energy, a wise energy that can help us in our healing process. Oh, and okay, I'm getting it now. And so we pulled up 2 cards, right? So we have a mature female energy and we have a mature masculine energy. So we have a mature feminine energy and a mature masculine energy. See how they both have gray hair? That's to symbolize wisdom and, earth wisdom, mother wisdom, and sky wisdom. Because you see Orion here has the stars in his eyes, in his skin, in his beard, starlight. He has different types of sacred geometry around him. And so a wisdom, a wise male figure of wisdom. So this is coming up as a wise male figure of wisdom. And so I'm going to read what the card says, but know the true message is that we had 2 cards come out of the Archangel deck, and we can call on these masculine and feminine energies, these masculine and feminine energies embodied by these angels to help us with our healing. So we're going to see what Orion has to say. Yep. Took me a minute to catch it. Oh, okay. And so remember we were talking about new beginnings, and Spirit was saying, you know, what all is possible. Here it says Orion rising in the sky is a cosmic angelic being who is offering the earth support from heaven, a vast angelic presence who appears to be made of starlight. He brings down the power and energy of the stars, helping us to connect with the imaginable and tap into possibility. So we were just talking about tapping into possibility. We're talking about that anything's possible. So the Orion, the father energy, is here to tell you, to tell us what is possible. And I've been getting that often, especially over the last few weeks. Spirit has been talking to me about believing in the impossible, opening yourself up to what is possible. So opening yourself up to what is possible with your healing and your transformation. He governs the stellar gateway, an energy center that is found above the chakras and allows us to draw upon and embody the manifesting power of the universe. This is a blessed time. Angels are drawing close to you and encouraging you to continue focusing on the life you want to create and the blessings you are ready to receive. If you find yourself in conflict with your inner voice, or there are people around you trying to discourage you, assert yourself. Believe that you can create anything. Don't let anything or anyone deter you from fulfilling your dreams. Angels want you to know that the life you want is here. You're being filled with the infinite light and energy of the cosmos. Let yourself be held up by gratitude. Tuning into the blessings you already have will allow you to magnetize more experiences to be grateful for. Know that your wishes are within your grasp now. Angels are supporting you as you manifest your wildest dreams and the life you deserve. Let me repeat one of these sentences because I think it's very, very important. Tuning into the blessings you already have will allow you to magnetize more experiences to be grateful for. So, okay. So please leave me a comment below. Let me know what you thought of this. This was wonderful. I'm so happy I got to do this. I'm glad I was guided to do it. Spirit brought through so much wisdom. I'm so grateful. Time went by fast. I don't know how long this is. I think it's like 40-something minutes, but time went by really, really fast. And that's how it is when you work with Spirit. Things are like zippy boppity boop. Things go by very, very, very fast. Okay. So let me know how you feel about this, what you receive from it. I'm so honored and grateful to be a vessel for Spirit's wisdom. I hope you found something in this that could bring healing to your heart. So again, my name is Sonia Ross. I'm a spiritual psychotherapist, an intuitive messenger, and an author. And I'm always honored and extremely, extremely grateful to do these messages for you. If you would like to, you're interested in a healing session, that information will be in my description box below. Okay, blessings to everyone and peace. Thank you.